Okay, I'm here with John Everblest, and he's a guest here at Home for Health. And we were talking about some of the health issues that you had had, and I just kind of wanted to know how you ended up, or what your medical troubles were. Tell us in your own words.
Right? My medical problems was that I was not healing from a gallbladder surgery. My gallbladder came about probably because of my inconsistent diet. And we've been struggling to be a vegan for a long time, but there's two of us, and we kind of fed off of each other, my wife and I. We ate out so often because we could, and that's when we had the cheeses. And
So you think a lot of your gallbladder issues came from what part?
What part?
What part of your diet do you attribute a lot of that trouble to?
Oh, it was cholesterol based, so it was the cheeses.
Cheese, okay.
Yeah, we didn't drink milk. We had eggs. We didn't have hardly any of it in the house, but we ate out all the time, all the junk food as well. So, turned out it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Why is that?
Well, the longer it took me to heal, the more frightened I got, the more scared, and I was convinced there for a while that I was going to die. I just was convinced I was one of those people that if there's a complication that could happen, it was going to happen to me, and it already is, sort of thing. It was good for me. When I had that fear, it turned me to God. I said, Lord, please save me. And I tried all sorts of ways to convince him to save me. And anyway, it caused a total conversion. I mean, total. And I keep saying out loud to God, I'm never going back. I am never, ever going back. Because of the pain that I had and the fear. And those, I'm 49, and the fear goes on forever, thinking that I'm going to die this way. I'm going to be an old, useless, irrelevant person well before my time, crippled, in pain and agony, because I couldn't control my stupid tongue, gluttony.
Mm.
And it's not like we were eating like the standard American diet, like your typical person. We were still doing much better, but I knew better.
Well, John, you told me earlier that you've lost a significant amount of weight, because I can't really picture you in your current weight and build that you were actually eating that much garbage.
Yeah, I've lost 22 pounds since before the surgery, since I started having the problem that, what is that? I thought I was going to I checked into the
Emergency?
to the ER, thought I was having a heart attack the first time. Anyway, ever since then, it's been like 50 days now.
You lost 22 pounds in 50 days.
Yeah, 22 pounds. Because after the surgery, it wouldn't let me eat hardly anything. And very few items I could eat, and very little of it. So I kept losing weight, and it didn't seem to be giving me energy. I was so short of breath for an exceptional long time after the surgery. About 40 days worth of shortness of breath.
Okay. You would get winded, or you just couldn't fill your lungs, or?
I could fill my lungs. I could blow out air from my lungs. There was no reason for me to be short of breath, but I was short of breath.
Okay.
I mean, at first, but then it got worse in that I started developing some internal pressure here, and it got worse.
Okay.
So that when I leaned back against a chair, I instantly had to take huge gasping breaths.
It was some sort of sensitivity.
Well, one doctor suggested that it was the vagus nerve stimulated. He said that wasn't uncommon. My regular doctor thought it was all in my head.
Okay.
So we fired her. But I couldn't heal. It's 40. They said 5 to 10 days and I'll be healed. And that's standard stuff. My mom had gallbladder surgery. She was up and running and cooking on the very first day after the night of her surgery.
Mm.
But I just kept getting scareder and worse and worse. Wasn't getting making any progress, and they couldn't find any problems. All my tests, blood tests, oxygen saturation, heart rate, blood pressure were all normal and really good, and all the huge list of tests that they took. Finally, they tested me for a pulmonary embolism. The second time, still couldn't find anything. That's when the doctor suggested that I just go back to work on Monday, because it's in your head.
Mm-hmm. Just go back to work on Monday because it's in your head.
Yeah.
But you were really tired and really in a lot of pain.
Oh yeah. I didn't know what to do with that. So, while I was lying there on the couch in pain, short of breath, I had 3ABN on because I had an exceedingly strong desire to be close to God, which is wonderful. And I believe sincerely that He had me watch your program there, your episode on 3ABN. And I said, what's that? What? Well, I mean, they offer that for how much? And at first we were skeptical. We looked on the website, saw you, and said, oh, come on, he's a nut.
Yeah.
And then we looked at something else. Oh, come on, he's into that? And then we read it again and said, oh, it's not actually what it says, what we thought it was at first. Now we look at you and think, man, you're the best thing since sliced bread. We love this place. I've only been here a short time, and I'm so ecstatic.
Yeah, and you told me that you do feel a lot better. We don't take all the credit for that because you did make some dietary changes before you came.
Yeah, we'd been eating for those last 50 days, since before and after the surgery. We'd been eating purely vegan, no fats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no fats at all. No wonder I lost weight. Because my body could not digest the fat. It was just, it couldn't handle any of it. What was your question again? Did I answer it?
Oh, yeah.
I lost it.
Well, you lost me too. Now, the other thing I have a question about is, what about somebody that might be contemplating going through a gallbladder removal? In your own experience, have you found that there might be something they should try first?
Yeah, actually, my experience, when I was working at the Battle Creek Lifestyle Health Center, when it existed, I was a recruiter there, and people kept telling me that they had this organ out and that organ out, and I started developing a holy zeal against doctors, mainstream doctors.
Yeah.
They just cut out all these body parts. Why didn't they try us first? I had such faith in that. So when I had my doctor tell me, it is gallbladder not working, let's schedule you for tomorrow morning. And I put him off for a week. I said, well, no, let me see if I can get to a lifestyle center. So I called all the lifestyle centers, and all of them said, get the surgery, get the surgery, get the surgery. And it seemed like I was supposed to
be.
Yeah, it seems so.
Maybe this time it was in a roundabout way.
Maybe.
But maybe people should at least explore.
I still believe it. And I did explore. And Providence, in my case, led me to surgery.
Yeah.
But afterwards led me here. Because doors kept closing and closing and closing every time I tried to get to a lifestyle center. We prayed sincerely. I said, Lord, if it's your will, you'll provide a way. And he closed the doors, sent me to surgery, then opened this up, which I hadn't even heard of, because I called all the lifestyle centers I knew. It wasn't until after the surgery that I found you guys. But now I look at it and say, oh, they're saying stuff that might have actually helped. So, yeah, absolutely, I recommend you first explore the option of lifestyle juicing and the different philosophies. And not all lifestyle centers are the same. You guys are quite unique in it.
Well, we appreciate that. I think that they're all doing a good job.
Oh, yes.
I'm not trying to put any of them down, but we're glad we could be there to help you. And this is just the beginning of the week. We're going to do another recording at the end and see how things go or progress.
Well, in this very short time, the shortness of breath is gone. I've been here for 2 days, and the shortness of breath is gone. Today, I woke up today after all the juicing and the wonderful food and the exercise and the fresh air and the spiritual atmosphere support.
That's wonderful in just 2 days. Okay, I'm going to go, and we'll do another one in just a couple days.